Economic fears are growing after you-know-who's sit-down on Fox News where he shifted the timeline of his fix the economy on day one campaign promise. Take a look.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. It takes a little time. But I think it should be great for us. I mean, I think it should be great.
Somebody just said, oi.
In the audience.
Yes.
And it wasn't Brian, right?
No, it wasn't Brian. So this helped send the market into free fall yesterday, which some MAGA folks are blaming on the Biden economy.
Oh, boy.
So let me just remind you about the Biden economy, okay? The economy added 16.6 million jobs and gross domestic product grew 12.6. They are the only administration in history to have created jobs every single month.
Yes.
They achieved... Wait. But wait, there's more. They achieved the lowest average unemployment in 50 years.
Yeah.
Wealth adjusted for inflation rose a record 37% for the median American household. And Americans filed a record 21 million new small business applications, the most in any presidential administration. You came in to a very robust, there were issues, there's always gonna be issues, but you can't blame all what's happening on him.
No.
So how long do you think people are gonna, and not just people, but even Republicans, what do you think?
Well,
no, I didn't.
They are people.
I didn't mean it like that, but I didn't want to not include Republicans because we're starting to hear Republicans say, wait, what is going on? So how long do you think this is, people are going to put up with
Of the 11 recessions in the modern era, 10 have begun under Republican presidents.
Yes.
The economies are always robust under Democrats, and then they have a surplus, and then this is a fact. Then the Republicans come in, and we have a deficit, which, by the way, there's a high interest rate on deficits, which is why that is a dangerous thing to do for the economy.
Right.
But what happens? So what happens to people? Why do they not understand the history of the economy of this country under Democrats and Republicans?
That's not entirely. That's not entirely true. So, go ahead.
You can have your turn in 1 second. I think that the Republicans fool people about wokeism and transgenders, and they make up all of these what they call canards to distract them from their pocketbook.
Right.
As soon as they stop getting their Social Security checks in this country, you're going to see some action.
Yeah.
Next.
That's not entirely true because the first Trump economy was incredibly strong until the pandemic hit. And I don't think it is fair. Every nation on earth, their economy was in the tank. We had record stock market gains, low unemployment.
Out of 11, 10 have been.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that's the one.
But this is the point I'm making is when Trump was reelected, people voted for him on the economy and lowering the cost of living. The Dow Jones was up 1,500 points right after Election Day. All the market gains, all of the market gains that he got after Election Day have now plummeted since he's actually been in office and governing. In the first Trump agenda, he was clear. He leaned into traditional Republican ideas of how to lower costs and build the economy. Tax cuts, energy policy, a deregulatory agenda. This time he's introduced tariffs in a much more sweeping way, and the market is reacting accordingly. When you tell businesses you cannot plan because today there's tariffs, tomorrow there's not, today this is going to cost this from Canada and Mexico and China.
Hokey.
It doesn't work.
You put the tariffs in, you put the tariffs out, you put the tariffs in, and you shake them all about.
But just to finish real quick on your question, I do think Republicans are going to give him a pretty long leash to try to rebuild the economy the way that he says he's going to. But come midterms, if you're still seeing high unemployment, if the market's in the tank, don't look at your 401k today. It's devastating.
In 2 years,
that's going to be
could really be in the toilet.
But I have a question, though, because I thought that when Trump left office, we had one of our highest deficits in history.
Deficit, yes.
That's true, right?
But we're in a pandemic, a global pandemic.
But
and we did the PPP program where we basically paid people so that they could pay their bills and keep their businesses.
He's kind of well, scientists say that, many more people's lives could have been saved had
But
the
that was
Trump-
bipartisan,
had the
PPP.
Trump administration
Right.
handled the pandemic better. So
Okay.
he has to take responsibility for that. But now job numbers are down. U.S. employers cut more jobs, 172,000 jobs last month than any February since 2009 during the global
What's going to
financial
happen
crisis.
to all those people who are out of work?
Yeah.
And that's just in television.
They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose everything. Stocks are down. The recession risks that he's saying that there maybe not. He doesn't want to say anything. Well, the people that do study that say that the recession risk is now about 40%.
yeah.
About 40%. So it's just fascinating to me that more people aren't talking about the fact that he is tanking the economy that he got.
People are
and we are
talking about it.
suffering. And we are suffering.
In addition to the tariffs, which is key here, there's also a problem with consumer confidence. So Rebecca Jarvis, who's our chief business and economics correspondent, was talking about how 70% of economy's growth is based on consumer confidence. You're watching as not only the tariffs are kind of put in and put out hokey pokey style, and we don't know, and those same business owners are on the phone with suppliers saying, I don't know if we order now or if we don't order. They can't make decisions. You've got everyone sitting here watching day to day as they cut all these federal agencies, and they don't know if they're coming back, if they're not coming back. Elon just said they're taking away entitlements, people that have fixed incomes and are living off those. He can't, but what I'm saying is if they're going to cut those, people are holding on to what they have and stuffing it in mattresses right now.
Yeah.
So that is also a massive part, is what he calls flooding the zone. This chaos is creating such kind of like fear and not knowing what's happening, and that stuff is also contributing to why we're seeing this.
And it's also contributing to why people are in a panic mode. And it's translating to their children because, they're cutting programs where we give money to people to feed children in the schools.
Yeah.
We give money to farmers. Food is rotting, in Nebraska. I mean, there's a lot going on here. So it seems to me that the hokey pokeyism of all of this entire administration is going to start to sooner, I think, than we would normally think about for the Republicans. I think it's going to start bothering them because I think the Republicans are saying, wait, we could have done X, Y, and Z ages ago, and we
voters?
wouldn't be.
You mean the voters, or the
Are turning
politicians?
sooner
Both.
than the
I think that,
politicians
the
are.
politicians are going to take a while, but I think it's beginning because you're starting to hear them say, well, we're voting on this bill that had we done this a couple of... You like to play that music, don't you?
We have a lot of guests today. I just have to keep going.
We have two guests.
I know, but I was just going to put a period on it.
Put a period on it?
Well, too late now.
Slow music. You can keep
We'll be right